Hey guys, Kevin the Toy Smuggler here. We're on episode 150. The game plan, I'm going to try to do 50 more videos between now and New Year's Day. I'm looking at doing 200 and number one. So probably just before the ball drops, I'll be sometime that day. I'm going to be dropping number 200. And right after, I think right at New Year's when the ball drops, I'm going to be I think about going live and let number 201 roll right into the new year. So that's the game plan here. So trying to get back on track on doing these videos. And I've been kind of busy lately, been doing a lot of cool restorations, which that means that's getting that debit card full. And I'm able to pick up a few ships here. And I got something really cool. I've been after this thing for a few years now. It's almost too big to put on here. Boom. The Slave One. This is an extremely nice pickup. When it first came out, boy, everybody was price gouging this, and it's finally settled down a little bit. And just so happened, Battlegrounds was able to score quite a few of these. I think at one time they had like maybe 8 of these, and they got down to 4 of them, and I just had to go pick one up. And like I said, the features of this thing are quite into. Look at all that room in that cockpit where he can walk around. And it's got this, if you notice up here right there, that is a slave quarters. That's a prisoner, like a little, almost like a coffin, you might as well say. So, and the actual carbonite, I think it shows it on this other side here. I'm not unboxing this yet. Oh, and it's showing some of the other really cool details. Man, just great paint apps on this thing. Got some really neat weathering. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Let's see. It might be on the bottom. The thing's got detail. Oh, this here is showing the. Obviously the actual cannons actually shoot out this time. Of course, that's always been a feature. Where is it? Must be on the top. Yeah, it's the only place I'm not being. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was watching. And 3 very cool things here. Number 1. The cockpit, just like the original from I think it was episode 2, the Django's ship. They retooled, reused that tooling to bring it to where you can have a 3 cockpit person this time. Very nice. Hold on, guys. Let me turn this light just a little bit. Getting a little bit of a glare. There we go. Much better. I don't know if that helped or not. Let's see. No, it really didn't help. Let's see here. We go sideways with it. There, much better. There we go. Dimmed it down a little bit. Might be too dim now. Well, now I don't have no light. It's hard to light this stuff. These packages, they got this almost like a wax coating kind of feel. There we go. See here, now they got it, instead of the old-fashioned way was for the carbonite to come out of the bottom of the rear. Now it's coming out of the nose, which is, I guess they just run out of room because where they added all the new features where they can walk in and stuff. They didn't want to clutter that, but I thought that was still kind of neat because it has a way for it to be somewhere, but yet not be in the play, I guess in the play value of it. The coolest thing that I have seen on this that I thought, as far as display wise, was this cool stand here, because you usually end up having to hang these things up in the wall, and if you lay them flat, they really take up a lot of room. And by displaying it on this kind of stand here, because Boba Fett's ship is supposed to stand, when it flies around vertically like this right here. So what a perfect way to display it is when it can stand up like this. So I just thought that was a very great, very inventive for once. But this was done, I'm trying to see back here in the back when this came out here. There's looking for all the legalities. It should be hard to find, but boy, they love to print on this stuff like crazy. Because honestly, I cannot remember what year this come out. Man, do they got this writing extremely small. Holy cow. This is really hurting my eyeballs to read this crap. And it looks like most of it is not even in English. Makes sense. So, maybe it's on this side right here. Every language known to planet Earth. My gosh. Well, anyway, like I said, this come out a few years ago. Like I said, it's not a if I'm not mistaken, I believe they come out with this twice. If anybody's watching, I think they did. They come out with it on the vintage collection, and then they came out, and it's the exact same ship, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, I'm not concerned with it says vintage collection, not because what I like about it, it does has the classic Star Wars logo, and it does say the Empire Strikes Back. This has a vintage feel. It's a vintage style box, but you're getting the upgrade ship. And I mean, this is sorry, it was even back in the day, the classic one was still a very good, well-made ship. I got an original and a 95 back there, and they are still both holding up excellently. So this one right here, like I said, I'm not going to unbox this one for probably a little while. I don't have. I'm in the process of remodeling, moving things around. So I even actually have this one, and I have the new troop carrier that's on the Mandalorian. I got it. I was going to do it with this video, but when I got it, a total chaos was going on in my studio. That's why I done the walkthrough this morning, because it's clean. So I was still in there cleaning up at that moment. And I just went ahead and put it, I got it last weekend, and I put it on my top of my closet. And honestly, I'm just being lazy. I don't feel like climbing up there and getting it down. It's being real here. So, but I just thought, I'll save it for you, because I do have planned taking it probably out of the box before I do this one. So I'll wait and do an unboxing on that one. But I just wanted to show you guys this. Very pleased with this piece. I think they done an excellent job. They need to do more stuff like this, but keep it. But the price point at which this came out was a little high. And then time the second market people got it, it went really stupid. And like I said, it's technically was still too high. But like I said, I have cleaned a bunch of toys and got it down to a reasonable price that, if I knew if I didn't get it now, it might miss on the boat, then it's going to more than double what if I went ahead and paid for it. So I went ahead and got it. The box was in excellent condition. So, and in this business, toy collecting, timing is everything. And today I was at Walmart shopping, and I just got done doing videos on the 25th anniversary G.I. Joes. And we had mentioned the Hiss tank. And I can't remember if I mentioned seeing the All Striker there, but they actually had one here. And like I said, and I'm completely, I said, I'm not all, because let me see this figure here. Yes, this is a 25 anniversary figure. But the cool thing is, what they've done with the Hiss tank and what they've already done with this All Striker is these are still vintage molds that they're reusing. So I know a lot of people are being kind of frowning on that, but here's the good news that I wish people would kind of look at this from a good way. Now, the figures, you may not be 100% overly excited for the newer style figure, and I get that. I appreciate them, because I think they've done a good job. But the cool thing here, much like buying a 95-year version of any kind of Star Wars ship, it's not the figure, it's the reuse of the molds of the ships and the vehicles that are the coolest thing. Because out of the box, good condition All Striker will run you about roughly $45 to $50. This right here, Walmart, $25. And I cut my hair, I thought, get a vintage one. It's probably going to have some problems, some cracks. It's going to be weak. The plastic's going to be old. Or I can pick up this one right here, and it is an exact duplicate of the original. The color even looks the color may be slightly lighter, but the vehicle is exactly the same. And I was going to compare the wheels here. Even the wheel. See, I've been trying to put one together for an extremely long time. And I'm missing see, 2, 3. If you count the 2 antennas, 5 pieces. And it looks like the wheels, So, and like I said, this one, and I've been trying to fix the roll cage. The roll cage is extremely warped. Like I said, it's been an aggravating turd dealing with it. I mean, I've had this thing now oh my gosh, well over a year trying to piece it. And I've been, shopping at Battlegrounds, can't find any pieces to it. I've been hitting up my friends, and I've been finding pieces on the internet, but the prices were still a little high. So, and I got to think, so, I've been going for an aggravation for over a year on this piece. So how about instead of spending $25 on putting back a piece of, yes, it is vintage, but yet it's got a lot of little issues to it, versus the exact same thing, the exact same old, the color plastic might be slightly off, and get something sturdy. It's not been sitting in somebody's basement or anything. Man of action, glad to see you back, brother. Glad to have you here. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, these the one of the most annoying things about GI Joe, the vehicles, like the Cobra Rattler, the parts and the plastics on these things was extremely, extremely brittle. And like I said, this roll cage on this one is warped something fierce. Now, I bought this at Battlegrounds a long time ago. I thought, well, this one would be an easy one to track down the parts. And I've been screwing around with this thing for over a year, and it's been, and I'm still probably going to take my time and come across the parts, may order a few, but this right here, boom, it's complete, ready to go. I have a vintage crankcase, so I can take this out, set it up. Even if I don't want to put him with this figure, I still got the other figure, and it's going to do the job that a collector wants. That is, brings back the memories playing with these, because I remember having that as a kid, but yet I'm not going to have to go for the aggravation is it falling apart every time I go to move it. Exactly. They're horrible prices. Yeah, it's extremely flimsy. Yeah, every time you touch it wrong, it falls apart. And the biggest problem, their biggest weak point, hey, you got those antennas, which was just extremely flimsy and brittle at the same time, is this roll cage. A lot of these guys, they throw these in a toy box and other toys sit on top of it. So these things, as you can see here, it gets extremely warped. Now, I've done boiled this thing 4 times. And here's the thing, guys. It looks really good right now. And because I spent 30 minutes boiling this thing, holding it in place, and dumping it under cold water, trying to fix it. And I got it going pretty good. And this little bracket over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Yeah, you can see it on the camera there. Little white mark back there, stress mark. That's what happens when these things start to bend. They get a stress mark. So I had to put a little dot of super glue in there to make sure it would be sturdy. And the rest of it, I still got the steering wheels in good shape. So like I said, I'm missing the 2 parts for the engine, which this kills me. They made this thing back here a 2-parter when it really didn't need to be. One piece could have done the job. And I'm missing I thought the big cannon thing would be the easiest and cheapest thing to find. No, not really. Yeah, those little tabs, and like I said, there's another little stress fracture underneath there. There we go. Let's see, do it one more time here. Sorry, guys, I thought my camera was going to focus. They get so funny on these things. Yeah, there you can see the stress factor plain as day. Even when it's not in focus, you can still see the stress factor. Nice little fracture there, but I got it holding in there good, but it's warped. I'm afraid if I try to, and you can see it better like this. See how this one is lined up more vertical with this bar that's going across, and here's this one curled in a little bit. I'm very even boiling this. I'm afraid to come back. So because when you start coming backwards with the plastic, that's when these white little marks start popping through, and all the integrity just goes all to crap. El Rodimus, how you doing, brother? Yeah, it was fragile when it's new. Thank you very much. That's perfect. I mean, it's so much aggravation trying to find the parts, trying to deal with all these stress fracture issues. Boom. And to get all the pieces here, I'm going to be spending at least $25. And then hoping that the people that I bought the parts from, those parts aren't bad, that they had them turned to where you all know what I'm talking about. You buy stuff and Migos or anything else, and you pull take the shirt off to wash them, and then they got cracks all in their dang arms. There's always issues that the seller tend to just frequently just kind of don't tell you about. So versus you get this bad boy, spend the 25s that I was looking at investing in this, boom, she's ready to go. And something tells me that the plastic that this is made out of is probably could be slightly better type of plastic to start with, hoping that that might be as flimsy versus this one right here. So that good possibility that the type of plastics we're using today could be just better quality plastics than what they was using, because a lot of things are so regulated now versus back in those days nothing was regulated. So that's what I'm thinking with this. When I get ready to do an unboxing, I will have this so you guys will know. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm not doing an unboxing now, but if I take it out, I have nowhere to put it and display it. Unfortunately, all my G.I. Joe stuff is, other than I got 4 box figures, not box, but mint on card figures, the 25th anniversary and stuff. I showed them off this morning. Check that video. I got them right there on the wall where the Fortress of Fang is. That's the only thing I got out right now. Everything else is put up because I'm getting ready, like I said, to redo things to where I can display all my G.I. Joes. And that's what I'm waiting on, where I can display all this stuff together. Let's see here. Let me try to catch up with you guys. Same issue with the Thunder Machine. Exactly. Let's see here. Yeah, they really do. These old vehicles, I'm glad you said that, Elrod. They really do feel like old model kits. It's the exact same kind of plastic, and those things were designed to, you put them together and you set them on the shelf and you don't touch them anymore. These things got played with out the dirt, the gravels. It's untelling how many times these things got thrown off of a bed and jumping ramps and stuff. It's a wonder the wheels are still on it, be honest with you. Yeah, they were made extremely cheap back in those days, so they can sell tons of them. They were not made for collecting. These things were made to be played with extremely hard. They hope you destroyed it so you can go back and buy something else, either the same thing all over again or the newest thing coming out, because your old fun toy, the fun in the sun, boom, the wheels don't go back on them more. Your daddy's done glued them till they're busted all to pieces. Oh, but Dad, I want the new tank or the new Jeep. And that's how things were designed. It is, honestly, I am shocked and amazed, if you really stop and think about it, on just how many things have survived. I mean, really, guys, especially G.I. Joe. Out of all the toy lines, G.I. Joe is probably the most vast and the most fragile all at the same time. And that's probably might help it why that we do have some, because they made so many of those things. Just like the vintage Star Wars, they made tons of this stuff. Vintage He-Man, I mean, they was selling He-Man as fast as they can make them back in those days. Exactly. No, that's a great idea, and I may, if it goes another 6 months or so, I just may pull a Mad Max on. That would be a pretty cool idea, is do a custom 3/4 inch Mad Max figure. I've been somebody, I can't remember who it was, made a suggestion on me doing a Mego like that, and I thought, well, that's a really good idea. And I goes, doing a Mego version of that, you could really put a lot of cool detail and make it look really rough and really dirty. And he's talking about how, I think the person mentioned that, the only problem would be making the knee brace, but no, I think I can make that thing swivel and everything else like that. I think that would be really cool. And I actually have a sculpt of a Mel Gibson head that I think I might be able to shrink down. That I think that might work, because you don't see much Mel Gibson stuff out there. So definitely got to look into that, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you these two and show you the Star Wars thing again. Yeah, guys, if you missed it, I done another video this morning. I done a little studio tour. So when you get done watching this one, please just go back to my homepage. I done a quick little studio tour of the art room side, and got to show you everything, where I work and how I got everything set up and stuff. And please, if you are not subscribed, please tell some people. I am like 30 subscribers away from 1,000 people. I'm so close. Please help me out. Help me get over this hump so YouTube's algorithms could start working for me for once. It would be so nice to start popping up on people's feeds and everything like that, instead of me going down there and constantly just hounding everybody all the time. So, like I said, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to, just so you guys know this, between now and New Year's, I got at least 50 videos planned to make, and I'm looking at maybe doing a video 201 rolling right into the new year. That's the game plan. Worst case scenario, you've got roughly 51 more videos coming your way this year, coming from the Toy Smuggler. All sorts of different things I'm going to be doing. Anything, because if you guys want me to do a certain topic or anything like that, please let me know, and I'll try to schedule it in and make it happen just for you guys. Yeah, like I said, this one, I love the paint job on this. They've done an extremely well job. I agree with you, Man of Action. Yeah, and I do the same thing, because we end up with Battlegrounds, tons of leftover crappy parts. They come in, busted all the crap, and there's no way I can fix it. So once we go through everything, those get thrown in a pile, and every once in a while I'll buy a whole bag of it for like $5 or whatever, and I use them for little dioramas. I got actually a small tote, and that's all it is really busted. Got like whale propellers. Oh my gosh, I guarantee I got almost nearly a half a Walmart bag full of whale propellers that are just can never get fixed. They're just so fragile and so destroyed. So just no way you can fix that stuff. So show you guys a lot of cool features on this playset. A playset, listen at me. Mine almost feels like a playset. They took almost like what they did on the vintage Millennium Falcon and kind of added some play features to this thing. I like how they did that. And sorry guys, I'm trying to know which way this box was flipped over, but you can really see here. There we go. Just like the Jango Fett Slave 1. And look at all the detail on that undercarriage. Man, there's this great paint apps, great detail, effort. Bottom line, effort. We don't see that a whole lot anymore out of Hasbro and Kenner. If they do it nowadays, they want to do it and put an extremely bad price tag on it. Yeah, look at that here. That's the one I was wanting to really show you guys. Again, great detail. You can actually pose it. You can set it down and do a lot of cool diorama pieces here, just like that right there. Really neat stuff. Yeah, the display stand, Man of Action, that's what I thought was, to me, out of everything on this, was probably the greatest feature there. Because when I do get ready to display this, I know I'm not going to take up a bunch of land, because that way it still gives you room to set something pretty close to it, like the new Mandalorian troop carrier. Should be able to see it right underneath this wing with no problem. So biker scout guys, you name it. So a lot of cool things, and it's not going to kill your square footage on your tables or on your shelves. So, and that's the biggest problem. That's why I'm having to really go through everything, is display. So that's the trying to make a princess. You can come in. That's right. A little girl hardly ever comes in while the camera's on. She's sneaking in. So you want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, come here. Stand right here and say hi to everybody. There you go. That's a good girl. That's very brave of her. She usually don't do this, guys. she's getting bigger. So, but guys, I'm going to get out of here and everything. I'm going to go here and play with the little girl. I think we're going to get ready to cook some hot dogs tonight and just have some family time and stuff. But I just want to share you these cool little hauls I've been picking up, little things here and there, just to enjoying getting back in the flow of doing a lot of restorations and stuff. And guys, check out Battlegrounds if you get time. And then please, like I said, help share some of these videos. You go to Sexton Creations and just tell everybody about the Toy Smuggler. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a great evening. Catch y'all later.
Dad, I said, oh, okay.